good evening, good afternoon, depending upon when you're listening to this podcast. This is Kunal Sok, and you have tuned into FC Social Echo, a platform specially curated and designed for all the poets, storytellers, and musicians who can put their talent on display and help all of us reflect on the society. This podcast is brought to you by Frowning a theatre production and a YouTube channel which, if you have not checked yet, please do go ahead and check it out, and do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Alright, without wasting any more time, let's get started with today's podcast. Stories. We know hundreds of them, and we happily narrate those to others. Parents are constantly looking for new stories to share with their kids. Adolescents are constantly seeking for new stories in books, magazines, movies, newspapers that excites them or motivates them or just entertains them. What most of us don't realize is that our life is also a story. Our experiences are like a chapter of a book. A chapter that we don't only read but also live. These chapters are like short stories. I don't know why most of us don't share our stories with the world. I don't know why people are scared. I guess to be misunderstood or judged or made fun of. But the fact is that we humans truly possess or truly own something in our lives, and that are our stories, which we should be proud of and which we should share with the world and give them a sneak peek of your life. Today, we have a poet with us from Bangalore. Her name is Neha, and she's here to share a story from her life. A chapter that she has titled Badal Gayi Main. So let's hear out this beautiful poem by Neha.
बदल गई मैं, क्या सच में बदल गई मैं? बदलाव में ठहराव है या ठहराव ही बदलाव है? कुछ पुराने दोस्त कहते हैं तुम नहीं बदलोगी, कुछ ये भी कहते हैं कितनी बदल गई मैं। कुछ मुझे थोड़ा ज्यादा जानते हैं, कुछ थोड़ा कम। क्या सच में बदल गई मैं? मेरी पूछो तो हमेशा ही बदलती रही मैं। कभी लगता है कि खुद को खोजने निकली थी। क्या खुद ही को खो गई मैं? क्या सच में इतनी बदल गई मैं? कईयों ने कहा कि मेरा बदलाव अच्छा है। किसी ने पूछा क्यों पहले जितनी चुलबुली नहीं रही मैं? अक्सर सुनती हूँ कि सख्त हो गई मैं। उन्हें लगता है बेपरवाह कमबख्त हो गई मैं। क्या सच में बदल गई मैं? मेरा वजूद नहीं बदला, मेरे असूल नहीं बदले, मेरा ज़मीर नहीं बदला, फिर भी कहते हो बदल गई मैं। क्या सच में बदल गई मैं? पर शायद सच है। अब लोगों से आस कम लगाती मैं, रूठती कम हूँ और कम ही अपना पक्ष समझाती मैं। कोई अपेक्षा पूरी ना हो तो खून का घूंट पी जाती मैं। समझती हूँ कि सबकी प्राथमिकताएं अलग होती है, अब और नहीं लोगों पे जोर चलाती मैं। शायद सच में बदल गई मैं। हालांकि झूठ अब भी गवारा नहीं होता, ना बोल पाती मैं। फरेब और घमंडी लोगों से अब भी सहम जाती मैं। क्या सच में बदल गई मैं? आंसू तो अब भी झलक आते हैं यूं ही, तकिए अब भी आंसुओं से सारे भिगो देती मैं। पर दुनिया के लिए मुस्कान अक्सर ओढ़ लेती मैं। मेरा नर्म पक्ष खुद के लिए और सख्त पहलू दुनिया की ओर मोड़ देती मैं। शायद सच में बदल गई मैं। क्या सच में बदल गई मैं? जिसने मुझे सच में जाना है उसने मुझे बदला नहीं पाया। बहरूपियों की दुनिया में हाँ, शायद ऊपर ही बदल गई मैं, बदलाव ही ठहराव है ये समझ गई मैं, भावनाओं के बहाव में देखो लिखती चली गई मैं।
वो कहते हैं ना, चेंज इज द ओनली कांस्टेंट. दिस इज ट्रू फॉर आवर लाइव्स एज वेल. This poem by Neha is so relatable to me because people constantly tell me that I have changed. The other day, I was looking in the mirror and I could feel the change. I could see the change. Is this change bad? Is what I used to wonder, but then I realized it's not. Till the time you know how to embrace it and accept it. Well, this is completely my take on change and the way our lives change. Let's find out what inspired Neha to write this beautiful poem.
इस कविता का सार है बदल गई मैं. This was written when I was around 35 years of age a few years ago, and it was during that time that I wrote many similar poems. I guess I was undergoing a midlife crisis. I also realized that over many years, my journey has been that of constant change. The changes have been in different aspects. Some are not really changes because my core did not change, but people around me who have been constants in my life also observed them. And not just this, I also observed that how I perceived people as my thought process changed, also changed with time. तो ये पोएम एक्चुअली कई सालों की सोच और ग्रेजुअल बदलाव का नतीजा था. मैंने ये रियलाइज़ किया कि कैसे और क्यों आया इतना बदलाव. जब मेरे स्कूल फ्रेंड्स मुझसे पूछते थे कि तुम इतनी अलग कैसे हो गई, इतनी मीक हुआ करती थी कभी बचपन में, इतनी स्ट्रांग हो गई, कैसे बदल गई, तब मैं खुद से ये प्रश्न करती थी कि क्या मैं सच में बदली हूँ या मैं वही हूँ. पर शायद वक्त के साथ और दुनियादारी समझते समझते मैंने अपने को ऊपरी बदलाव में ढाल दिया है. तो बस यही सब ख्यालात थे जहन में कई अरसे से, जो इस कविता के रूप में मैंने व्यक्त किए, और ऐसे बनी ये कविता बदल गई मैं.
Yup, that's correct. We all change with time because of the experiences that we go through. But our core values, our teachings, our emotions, they don't change. Neha was so comfortable in sharing her story with all of us, but not everyone is. Even though everyone's experiences and stories are worth a spotlight and are worth to be heard. This is, I'm sure, what Varna feels. Varna is here with us today to share a beautiful story, not of her life, but of someone else's life, in the form of a poem. I won't spoil this poem or this story for you guys. I would rather let you guys experience it, hear it yourself. So let's hear this beautiful poem by Varna.
My grandmother does not call herself a poet because she did not go to a fancy college that taught her fancy words. She did not have the luxury of basking amidst the tall leaves of grass in the backyard of Whitman's mind, or taking a dip in the waves that Virginia Woolf dared to paint in gold. She did not spend hours trapped in the bell jar that Sylvia Plath left lying in the library, or get lost in the dark, musty lanes that housed dingy rooms between the soot-stained walls of the brothels that Manto visited. My grandmother does not call herself a poet because, you see, she has never known poetry through the second English textbook in her syllabus, or broken a poem down into alliterations and similes, metaphors and rhyme schemes, as if she were trying to break open a machine to figure out how it all works, only to realize that she hasn't just broken it open, she has broken it. And though her country bowed before a language that was etched onto its forehead, she refused to let it seep into her mind, for that would mean the slow death of the one engraved on her tongue. My grandmother does not call herself a poet, because a poet, she says, has experiences worth writing about. She consumes every word in the newspaper, squinting at tiny letters on the ashen pages that her wrinkled palms hold on to, tight, like they were her only window to the outside world. You see, she smiles, I am an indoor plant. Occasionally, she scribbles down a new word, recites a verse about Buddha from memory, tells me of a poet who was foolish because, she says, he left behind a rumal in the sky and mistook it for a cloud. From time to time, she asks me if I have sold my ability to think. Don't you write any poetry anymore? She asks. And I explain to her the difference between a poem and poetry. Poetry is the act, ma, the literary process, I say. And as she keenly listens to me, her eyes twinkling like a 5-year-old's, all I can think about is that if this woman who listens to me rant and then compares mental instability with a landslide, if this woman who reminds me that God will not die if I do not pray because Varna, God exists for us, we do not exist for God, who tells me that her thoughts never sleep as she sits by the windowsill looking for a story to tell. If this woman before me is not a poem herself and her existence the very act of poetry, then I will never know what it could ever be.
This is such a sweet poem, absolutely heartfelt. And it's so beautiful to see that Varna has given wings to her grandmother's story, her grandmother's experiences. I think we all should help and motivate people around us, to tell their life stories. But before that, let's find out from Varna the main inspiration behind writing this beautiful poem.
Well, I wrote this poem for my favorite person in the world, that is my grandmother. She is the reason that I write today. When I was a child, she would recite verses about Buddha. She would randomly start telling me about Malayalam poems that she read when she was in school. Even today, she slips in comparisons and metaphors into daily conversations. And she comes to me with a thought saying, Varna, you should write a poem about this. And I tell her that these ideas of hers are worth being penned down, that she doesn't know it, but she is a poet herself. However, she has never agreed because she believes that you need to be educated, that you need to have a good grip over the English language to call yourself a poet. And hence, I wrote this to try and tell her that there is poetry hidden in every little thing she says and does. And it makes me wonder how many such grandparents, how many such people we meet every day have stories hidden away with them, stories that are unheard and stories that go unwritten. What is the world really missing out on is the question.
Oh yes, I'm sure there are many people in the world whose stories are never heard, and that's absolutely unfortunate. I would like to motivate all those people to please come ahead and share their slice of the pie with everyone else. Trust me, every story is special, and every story deserves to be heard. Well, these poems are definitely gonna make me think a lot about a lot of things that are happening in my life. I hope these poems help you reflect on the society and your surroundings as well, because that's the main point of FC Social Echo. With this, we have come to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let us know in the comment section below what you think about this podcast. Do not forget to like and share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to our YouTube channel Frowning Clown, because guys, it's free of cost, and plus you'll get amazing podcasts and videos in future. If you want to be part of these podcasts, fill out the Google form attached in the description below. And until next time, keep smiling and let the clown do the frowning. Bye bye.